Signs of a toxic workplace. Have you ever left a job that was the greatest threat to your mental health? You are certainly not alone. Many people suffer from bullying, favoritism, verbal abuse, and rumors in the workplace. Let's take a closer look at the signs of a toxic workplace and some of your own warning signs and how to recover from it. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Be sure to watch until the end so you don't miss anything. Okay, let's begin. High staff turnover. Staff turnover would be high regardless in some jobs, but this isn't the case for most jobs. People seem to believe that work is miserable and that there is nothing they can do to change that, but the reality is that it's possible to work a job you enjoy. If a company has trouble retaining workers, it may be a sign that the environment there makes high stress or burnout common. Gossip. Gossip is harmful to everyone's mental health, including your own, so it is best to stay away from gossipers. Although gossip can happen anywhere, it tends to happen more frequently and seems normal in toxic workplaces. This is due to the fact that a stressful or toxic job makes individuals anxious, which makes them stressed, and insecure, which makes them gossip. Poor communication. Working in a smaller team is usually better. Not only does it boost productivity, but it also raises the chance of job satisfaction, motivation, and happiness at work. Communication is much easier with smaller teams. On the other hand, a workplace that is impersonal, where you feel like you can't express yourself, communicate, or be heard, might make you feel frustrated and excluded. Favoritism. Another potential sign to be aware of is favoritism. Some of your coworkers will have special skills or greater experience, and that's okay. Those things may lead to promotions, better jobs, or more responsibilities. Favoritism, however, is toxic and usually results in conflict, hostility, and unhealthy competition at work. Bullying/abuse. It's not always simple to spot a toxic workplace. Certain symptoms are subtle and may be mistaken as something else. For example, harmful gossip may be seen as friendly humor. However, when it comes to bullying and abuse, it's typically quite obvious, and if it occurs even once, that's unacceptable and makes it perfectly clear that your workplace is toxic. Your own warning signs. Each individual will react to a toxic environment differently. Let's go over some of these warning signs. Trouble falling or staying asleep. If you have a regular sleep schedule, your sleep quality will usually indicate what needs to be fixed. A toxic workplace can prevent you from relaxing and turning off your brain. Anxiety, mood swings, or depression. The number of potential reasons for having a poor mood is endless. However, it can't be a coincidence if you find that the longer you work at a toxic environment, the worse your overall mental health becomes. Some individuals discover that they frequently experience anxiety, sometimes more on their days off because their body has accumulated stress during the workweek. Physical symptoms. Our subconscious mind will give us signs when we react to a situation that we don't like. These typically can be physical symptoms, such as nausea, headaches, dizziness, or insomnia. Therefore, if you believe that your workplace is toxic, pay attention to your body. Constantly think about quitting. You can work in a job you love or at least like. But something must be done if you feel like your life has been reduced to the weekend or your upcoming days off. A toxic workplace may also be signaled by your intuition telling you to quit and you having frequent thoughts about doing so. Low self-esteem. Our self-image is impacted by our jobs. It can have a significant impact on how you see yourself and can cause you to have negative beliefs like you're not good enough. A work environment where people frequently undervalue or undermine you can greatly decrease your self-esteem and confidence. Now let's look at ways to recover from a toxic work environment. Number 1. Acknowledge. Nobody likes to admit that they made a mistake or the wrong choice even if it wasn't their fault. However, when we admit that we are, or have been, in the wrong environment, we have the freedom to think back on what happened and choose never to go through the same experience again. The very first step is being completely honest with yourself, and to acknowledge that you may have worked in a toxic environment will make it much easier for you to take action and move on. Number 2. Not your fault. If you've worked in a toxic environment, you've probably witnessed and faced gossip, favoritism, unfair practices, poor management, and even abuse. Most likely, you believe that no matter what you did, no one would value or acknowledge your abilities or efforts. This can essentially destroy your self-esteem over time, and can make you believe that it was your fault. Most people only have one source of income, and leaving a job isn't always simple. Additionally, as we've already seen, it's not always obvious if you're in a toxic environment. So keep in mind that whatever occurred was simply bad luck and not your fault. Number 3. Make your mental health a priority. You've experienced a difficult time. You've gained a significant amount of stress and had to deal with individuals you never want to see again. Now it's time to put yourself first and work on your health and well-being. Recovery takes time, but if you put your mental health first, it will happen much more quickly. So, treat yourself well. Spend time with the people you care about. Treat yourself to a nice restaurant, go shopping, or take a vacation. Develop a bedtime routine, spend more time in nature, try to exercise often and eat healthy. Number 4. Therapy. Therapy can be helpful if you believe that you have consistently struggled with unhealthy high levels of stress, anxiety, or even depression at work. An experienced therapist can help you, make you think back on what has happened, and help you determine whether your past experiences have had an impact on your present level of happiness and self-worth. Your career and your entire life can benefit you from the tools they will provide, with methods to recover more quickly and improve your mental health in general. Remember that you don't need 100 sessions, it could take just 3 or 4, and you might be pleased by the results. Number 5. Knowing that it will take time to recover. Is it possible to instantly forget everything that happened and resume your previous state of happiness and relaxation after leaving a very toxic work environment? No, it doesn't work like that. It will certainly take some time to fully recover if you have experienced actual abuse, such as bullying, shouting, unfair criticism, or rejection. This applies both mentally and physically. You can still struggle with mood swings, exhaustion, or low self-esteem for quite some time after quitting your job. After all that tension and anxiety, your body and mind are gradually returning to normal. Understand that it will take some time, and that you will eventually forget and move on. As mentioned earlier, therapy can help in recovering faster. And that's a wrap for recognizing the signs of a toxic work environment as well as your own signs. We have also talked about steps on how to recover from a toxic environment. Have you experienced any of these signs, or maybe something different? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more great videos. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.